Now in double digits. Hey there, hi there, ho there, Andrew here, and we are number 10 of the Scare Actor Q&As. These are the questions that people have asked me in person and online about what it's like being a scare actor and what is the experience like working at Halloween Horror Nights in Orlando. And before we begin, a quick shout out to Eric Klein. That is his TV. That isn't Eric Klein. That is a TV. And who is on that TV? A fine-looking man is on that TV. Eric Klein has told me that he and his family watch my videos. It is a loving family bonding moment, or he either does that to terrify his children. I haven't figured it out yet. But you too can get your name up on the screen. All you have to do is show me a video, not a video, show me a picture. I don't need to see a video. Give me a picture of you watching one of my videos on your phone, on your tablet, on your computer, on TV, or even better, represent some of the colors, be part of the Blitz Bolt family. All you have to do is buy a t-shirt and take a picture, and I will go ahead and give you a shout out also, just like Eric Klein. And by the way, Eric is also a YouTuber. He does a couple of different music videos. Go ahead and check out the description down below. I put a link to his channel there. Now, if you have not seen any of the previous Q&As, what are you doing starting with number 10? Check out the link above. Start from the beginning. Watch them all. Bring a sandwich. It will take a little bit of time. I mean, we're talking about 9 other videos now. Also, if you have not seen your question that is popping into your head after watching all of those, you want to see this question answered, you leave a comment down below, and I will go ahead and read it. And if I like it and I select it, I will leave a comment to your comment, and I will say it will be in a future video. And to give you a little bit of incentive, I basically answer all the questions. I mean, there might have been 1 or 2 out of 10 videos now that I have not answered, and they might have been repeats, actually. So, without further ado, let's get into the questions. The first question goes to Shabby10 Shabby10. I'm so bad at names. Hey Andrew, just discovered your channel and love your Q&A videos. I don't know if you can answer my question, but I've seen a lot of houses where the characters are located in a room with quite intense strobe light. Isn't it dangerous to be in such a room for a long time? How can you ensure that the health of the actor won't be damaged? Thanks and greetings from Germany. Can't wait to be the second time at HHN. I love it. First off, I hope I got your name right if I didn't leave a comment down below. And second, I think I'm pretty big in Germany. Actually, technically, I'm big in any country I go to due to my size. But for the answer to your question, yes, there are a good amount of strobe effects, different types of lighting effects, when it comes to Halloween Horror Nights. And why is that? That's because strobes disorient the guest. So when I say that they disorient the guest, that's exactly what it's aimed for. The strobes do not hit the scare actor in the face at all. It is angled, so it hits the guest instead of the actor. So does it affect them? Not so much, really. And also, for the most part, the actor is the one that's controlling the strobe. They have a pedal, and the strobe tends to, go with their trigger. So the actor really has control on how many times the strobe gets affected into that room. Also, if the strobe is on a loop and is not part of a trigger that the scare actor uses, the scare actor is in a boo hole. And when they are in the boo hole, that means that they are not affected by any lighting whatsoever until they come out and do their scare. And their scare usually lasts 2, maybe 3 seconds, and then they're back into the boo hole and they don't see the strobe anymore. So does it affect the scare actors? Not really. Not really at all. If a scare actor is prone to epileptic seizures or something like that, they're not going to be in a strobe room anyways. So, no, it doesn't really affect them. Next question goes to Brandon Palma, who says, do you have a noise to use scare people? If so, demonstrate. Yes, I do. No, I don't. Well, unless you talk about a raging, revving chainsaw, then it looks more like this. Next question goes to King Jabin, or Jabin, who says, Andrew, who do you think is the most scariest icon in HHN history? Well, that is an awesome question. It is so awesome, I'm not going to answer it. I am going to use that as its own separate video. When we get a little bit closer to the HHN event, I will go ahead and upload that where I do a countdown list of the scariest icons in Halloween Horror Nights history to me. And I will only be using original properties. I'm not going to use intellectual properties for that. So look forward to that that video in the future. And since I didn't really answer that question, let's go ahead and answer another question from the king. The other question is, when the park closes for HHN, how long do they give the cast members to put on their costumes and makeup? That was kind of answered a little bit in the previous Q&A, and that means we are given 45 minutes before we start to put on everything, like I had said in the previous Q&A. But what I didn't really talk about was when we are closing, we are given an allowance of time, which means we get off set, we go and we clock out. Universal Studios gives an allowance of time, meaning it gives us, they pay a little bit extra so we can just go ahead and take off our costume and our makeup and then not clock out. Because everybody's a little bit different when it comes to taking off costumes and taking off makeup, and some people move a little bit slower at the end of the night because they're exhausted. So everybody's given a certain amount of time. I'm not going to go ahead and say how much time they're given because that could probably change from year to year, and I don't want to cause any grievance for Universal Studios on that one. But they're given a little bit of extra time to go ahead and take that stuff off. So I hope I kind of answered you. Next question goes to Lauren Serrano, who says, not sure if you answered this, but do you plan on going to HHN as a guest this year? And if so, what house zone are you really hoping to see? Now, I have been holding on to this question for quite some time, and sorry, Lauren, for not putting it up. That's why I went and I answered you right when you put the question there. I answered the first question in the 6th Q&A, so now we're on 10. You can see how long I've been holding on to this question. And I was holding on to it because I was really hoping that they would be announcing some houses by now, different mazes, because I want to talk about it, and I can't talk about it until they do the announcements. So I will say I do plan on going as a guest, and I am looking forward to The Shining because I like that movie, and they announced that. So I can at least talk about that. The next question is from Crazy Pandas, which is a very cool name. And the question is, what would you do if a guest hit the scare trigger accidentally? The answer to that is it is virtually impossible for a guest to hit a scare actor's trigger. And why is that? Because if you are in a boo hole, your trigger is in the boo hole with you, and all guest activated triggers are kind of hidden behind the path of where the guests are walking. There are guest-activated triggers. Probably the most famous guest-activated trigger would have been the bomb that was in the President's Day room at the H.R. Blood and Guts house way back in the day. And so basically, no, there's no way that a guest can hit a scare actor's trigger. It just won't happen. The next question goes to Roddy Paws, who says, I can't believe I didn't think to ask before, but would you ever consider working as a scare actor for Howls Dream? Not sure if it's true, but I heard that they pay scare actors, or whatever they call theirs, well. Yes, it would be interesting to go ahead and work for a different company and have a different experience. I cannot see myself making the drive down to Howls Dream nightly. Even if they paid the scare actors, or whatever they call them, well, I would be using all that up in gas money. I live pretty close to Universal, so it doesn't take me that long to get there, and that is very much appreciated. So I doubt very highly that I would be going to Howls Dream as a scare actor, but as a guest, yeah, that's totally different. And as always, if you like this video, go ahead and tap the like button. And if you're new here, make sure you hit the subscribe button as well. Always like, comment, share, and subscribe. If you're subscribing, make sure you tap the little bell icon so you get notified the moment that I upload. And I will see you in the next video.